Assalamualaikum. Today we want to present about resin art. My group member is me, Dayanku Nur Fatini, Muhammad Amzal Hakimi, Muhammad Akif, and Muhammad Amir Hakim.
Hi everyone, welcome to this video on resin art. Resin art is a fun way to create shiny, colorful designs by mixing resin and hardener, then pouring it into surfaces or molds. It is popular because it looks amazing and you can make all kind of things with your creativity. In this video, we will guide you through the basics, safety tips, how to mix resin the right way, and some beginner mistakes to avoid. Let's get started.
Material and equipment. The material we use in this experiment is resin epoxy. Resin epoxy is a combination epoxy with hardener to be a resin. Next, UV. UV can be a cure resin under the UV lighting. Next slide. The equipment that required in the making resin art. First is mixing cups and sticks. Next, wearing a full set PPE. Third, prepare the resin epoxy or UV. Next, prepare the mold. And the last one, prepare a colorful pigment.
Hi guys, we're going through the next slide, which is the precaution step for the resin art.
Firstly, we look to the PPE. Always wear glove, a respirator or mask, and safety goggle when working with the resin. For the next, workspace ventilation. Ensure your workspace is well ventilated. Open window or use fans to reduce fuel exposure.
Also make sure the working surface is covered with the plastic sheet or disposable table cover. This may clean it up easier and avoid resin getting onto furniture or floor. For the third, avoid the touching any face or skin while working with the resin. If any resin gets on the skin, need wash it off immediately with soap and water. Never use alcohol or thinner because it can push the resin deeper into the skin.
Lastly, handling and storage guideline. First, pour resin slowly and mix with the proper tools to prevent spill and reduce the bubble. Second, store resin and hardener in tightly sealed, clearly labeled container. And the last, keep storage in a cool from the 50 degrees to the 25 degrees. Dry place away from the sunlight and the heat.
Process of making the resin art. Firstly, we prepare the apparatus and clean the resin mold. We put the acetone on the tissue and wipe the mold. Next, we mix the epoxy with hardener and wait for a second to make sure it's ready to be poured into the mold. After done mixing the resin, pour it into the mold and let them cure under the UV light. Lastly, the sample will be cured, and this is the example of our result by followed by the basic process of making the resin art.
Let's move to the next part, which is how to mix resin in the right way. First, understand the mixing ratio. Always check the mixing ratio on your resin product. Most epoxy resin use a 1:1 ratio by volume, meaning equal parts of resin and hardener. But some brands use 2:1 ratio or by weight, so be careful. Using the wrong ratio will cause curing failure. Second step is use the right container and tools. Use a clean disposable cup or silicone mixing cup. Stir using a flat wooden stick or silicone spatula. Avoid metal or true tools that may react or scratch the container. Step 3 is mix slowly and thoroughly, 3 to 5 minutes. Pour part A and part B together in one cup. Then stir slowly and consistently for at least 3 minutes. Make sure to scrape the side and the bottom of the cup often to ensure everything mixes evenly. Step 4. Rest the mixture. After mixing, you can let the resin rest for 1 to 2 minutes. This helps air bubbles rise to the top. You can gently blow on the surface using a straw or use a hot water or torch to pop the bubbles. Last part is used immediately after mixing. Once mixed, don't wait too long. Epoxy resin has a working time of around 30 to 45 minutes, depending on room temperature. If you wait too long, the resin will thicken and become hard to pour smoothly.
Subsequently, let's go through some common mistakes beginners make with resin. First, overheating. Make mixing too fast or using too much resin can cause bubbles or cracks. Then, under mixing, if it's not mixed well, it won't harden properly. Always mix slowly and scrape the sides and bottom. Also, watch out for dust and hair. They ruin your finish. Work in a clean space and cover your piece while it cures. And lastly, don't rush the curing time. Be patient and give it time to set fully. Here are some tips. By keeping these tips in mind, you can avoid many common problems and make your resin art experience smooth and enjoyable.
So here is the final out result of our resin art. As you can see, the surface is shiny, smooth, and the colors are beautifully blended. It's a part where you can really appreciate your creativity and passion. To recap, starting from understanding what resin is, preparing the material, taking safety precaution, mixing properly, and avoid the beginning mistake. Every step play an important role in making sure your final piece turns out well. If you're just starting about this experiment, don't be afraid, make a small mistake. The most important is to be patient, stay safe, and enjoy creating something with your own hands. That's all for me. Thank you.